Yeah, I'm back. Peace and power, family. It's your boy Shane the Artist. I would like to welcome you to another episode of the Rebellious Rhymer Podcast. That's right. Black conservatism without the buck dancing. How y'all been, family? How y'all been? I'm back. It's been a little minute, but I've been kind of busy, handling business and stuff like that. But I'm back. I'm here. How the family doing? How y'all like my shirt, man? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the hockey jerseys. So I got a couple more, so I'm going to be rocking a few more on a few different podcasts. But I'm a fan of the jerseys, man. I can't help it. Hockey jerseys in the 90s, they was lit. Hockey jerseys in the 90s was lit. And I'm kind of trying to bring that back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope everybody's doing well, family. Let's get straight into it. So for this podcast, I want to do things a little differently by adding on, because, that's what gods do. They add on, right? So I am adding a new segment onto my podcast. And I'm not sure what to name it yet, but these are going to be quotes of the week. Okay, so I'm going to be basically reciting different quotes from different philosophers, people who I respect. The philosophers and war generals, and just people that I respect in general. I'm going to be reciting quotes from them every podcast. So that is what I'm going to be doing. That is a new segment on the podcast. I try to keep it new and fresh for my peoples. So yes, I'm going to be giving a quote per podcast. Not only will I be giving a quote of the podcast, but I will also break that quote down as far as how I understand it, to make sure that y'all understand what it is. Okay. So first of all, let me give a big major shout out to hip hop. That's right. Hip hop, man. We did it. We done it again. And what I'm talking about is a new super group of hip hop coming out. And they call themselves Mount Rushmore. And honestly, this is something that I've been waiting for a long time. Another super group, Wu-Tang type of situation, but this time it's a super group of classic, legendary MCs, man. So there's a new group coming out called Mount Rushmore. They're working on a studio album, I believe. But the group consists of KRS-One. All right, legend. Complete legend. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane. I mean, come on. Do I have to explain? Big Daddy Kane is going to be in this group. Rakim is going to be in this group. The God MC, Rakim. Cool G Rap, one of the illest spitters out there, like, just period. So these legendary MCs are forming a group called Mount Rushmore, and I'm looking so forward to it. I believe it's going to have Slick Rick on the album. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this project to drop. Speaking of Slick Rick, he also released an album. He released his 5th studio album. It's called Victory, and I haven't heard it yet. I'm going to be honest, but I've heard one single on there. It's fire. Fire, man. I'm talking about dope. Dope. I cannot wait to hear this project from Slick Rick. Also, Mount Rushmore, this super hip hop group, it's like the Wu-Tang of classic MCs, man, coming together to form one super group. I think that's so dope, man. They coming together, they forming like Voltron. And man, it's dope. So kudos to that. Yes, sir. But All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the quote of the day. Today's quote is by a brilliant general who goes by the name of Sun Tzu. And if you haven't read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, please do that. That's a book that I read when I was a kid. I was totally blown back by it. And his quote today is, "The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself." Now, what does he mean by that? Sometimes in war, it's not always about brute strength and overpowering your enemy. Sometimes you have to use your enemy's energy and momentum against them. It's sort of like, what's that martial arts called? Hapkido or something like that, where you're using force that's coming against you and you're turning that force against the enemy. So that is kind of what Sun Tzu is talking about when he's saying you let your enemy will eventually expose himself, and you will learn how to. Your enemy will ultimately defeat himself if you give him enough rope to hang himself. You get what I'm saying? So that is the quote of the day by Sun Tzu. So if you haven't read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, I recommend you do that. Peace and power, family. So we are going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste no more time. We have a legitimate attack, and I say that's what it is. It's an attack on the black man, the straight black man, and the black man's male offsprings. Have you guys heard this recent Barack Obama interview that he done on, I guess his wife, Michelle Obama, has a podcast. They're talking a lot of malarkey, if you ask me. A bunch of nothing, talking about ice cream and shit. You got people out here dying, and you people out here homeless and struggling, and y'all on a podcast talking about ice cream and, little goofy ass shit like that, man. And nobody trying to hear that, man. Barack Obama recently came out of his face and he said, and I don't want to misquote him, this dude has lost his damn mind. So apparently Barack Obama believes that young black men should have some type of homosexual male role model. He basically said straight black men and straight black fathers are not enough for raising young black men, for young men. Them young men also need some type of homosexual male role model in their life, because he basically saying straight black fathers do not provide enough for their children to learn. So, yeah, there's this article. Barack Obama is basically saying that we need to allow a gay individual into our children's lives, into our sons, into our young boys' lives, and let them have some type of an influence over our children. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Barack Obama. Once again, you did it. You and your wife, you show your hatred and your disdain towards straight black men. Straight black men are not going nowhere. It's because of a straight black man is the reason why your ass is here. With that, man, what is wrong with this dude, man? This is the reason why the Democrats. This is why the Democratic Party's numbers are in the damn tank right now. You have nothing but disdain and disrespect for black men. You're bringing in migrants and elevating them over us, the originators, the people who created this land, the people who put in the blood, sweat, and tears and built this nation, overlooking us, making sure that immigrants and illegals get all types of set-asides and benefits and stuff that we're not getting. The governor in California talking about giving out money and reparations to illegal immigrants. At the same token, you got 50% of the homeless population living on Skid Row are black people, black Americans. And this is how y'all want to play it. This is how y'all want to do it. I have absolutely no respect for the Democratic Party at this point in time. Y'all are going to crash and burn. Your numbers are in the tank. And they're going to stay there as long as you keep playing these games. Stop playing these games with black Americans. Cut our goddamn check for reparations. And stop playing. Stop playing with us, man. But anyway, today's actual subject matter, I'm not about to be wasting no more time talking about some Barack Obama trying to bring homosexuality into the lives of our young men. We trying to raise men around here. We raising men around here, not no little homosexuals, man. Barack Obama, you do not speak for the black community. You do not speak for the black community. You might speak for the tether community. You speak for the immigrant community, but you do not speak for us. You damn sure don't speak for black men, because you are a sorry example of what a black man is. I don't care if you became the president of the United States. Doesn't matter. You trying to teach our young men to be influenced by homosexual men. And to me, that's nothing but grooming. I'm going to call it what it is. It's grooming. You're trying to groom our children to be homosexuals like you. Allegedly. Allegedly. You know. But to be honest with you, I believe it. All the stories that came out about your ass, I believe it. Anyways, there's so many damn scams, man. I'm talking about when these immigrants, they get to this country, they talk shit. They talk about black Americans. They talk about how lazy we are. We need to stop complaining about the white man. We need to take advantage of the opportunities given to us. I'm going to tell you, first of all, to answer that, let me say this. Any type of immigrant that comes to this country, you are not doing any better or have not done anything that black Americans have not already done. We already have black American doctors. We have black American lawyers. We have black Americans that got nice cars, nice homes, nice everything else. We own land. We own businesses. You're not coming here doing anything that we have not done already. And this is not a jealousy thing. This is just observation. This is just observation, okay? So, you come here, you talk shit, you tell us we need to work hard and we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. In the meanwhile, you got immigrants coming in here with getting fake degrees. You got immigrants coming here getting fake CDLs, buying CDLs, killing people out there on the road because they don't know how to fucking drive. You got people are getting fake, like I said, fake degrees, fake CDLs. You got all types of scandals. There's this one scandal here, and I got this from Maryland Matters, okay? And it says the Board of Nursing has cleared hundreds of cases of questionable documentation for nurses. Okay, these people are coming here getting fraudulent nursing degrees, and they're committing all types of malpractice too.
A scandal in scrubs.
The chief motivation for this type of crime is almost always greed.
The feds say that thousands of nurses may be working near you with a fake nursing diploma. And in a Shade Room exclusive, we found out that black students may be the main targets.
It's definitely disproportionately impacting minority communities.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami calls it Operation Nightingale. Back in January, over 24 people were arrested linked to a network of once accredited schools that are now accused of selling fake transcripts and diplomas to aspiring nurses. Of the 7,600 people who allegedly purchased these fake transcripts and diplomas, a third of them actually passed the board exams, which cleared the way for them to qualify to get their license in their specific state and get to work. And when we started to dig a little bit, we started to connect the dots and realized many people behind this scheme have something in common. The diplomas may look legitimate, but they're not.
At about $15,000 per diploma,
We're looking around at $114 million paid for these documents.
And now states are going after hundreds of nurses nationwide, encouraging them to either surrender their licenses or face the possibility of getting them revoked. At the center of this federal investigation are 3 former nursing schools, Siena College and the Sacred Heart International Institute, both in Broward County, Florida, and the Palm Beach School of Nursing in Palm Beach, Florida, all of which have been closed.
Knowing that the candidates would use those false documents to, 1, sit for nursing board examinations, secure nursing licenses, and 3, ultimately obtain nursing jobs in medical facilities.
We found this YouTube video of Johanna Napoleon from years ago promoting her nursing school. She's Haitian and the mastermind behind Palm Beach School of Nursing, who, according to court paperwork, owned and operated with 4 other subsidiary nursing programs in Florida. Court documents show that she, with help from 14 other staffers and nurse recruiters, created and distributed fake diplomas and transcripts for aspiring RN and LPN candidates. Investigators say they found emails that she sent to other nurse education programs containing blank templates of nurse diplomas and transcripts. Valère Dorisseau is one of them. He was also named in the complaint as owner of the Center for Advanced Training Studies in New Jersey. He's also from Haiti and is accused of wiring $30,000 to Napoleon in exchange for fake nursing diplomas and transcripts.
Not only is this a public safety issue, but it also tarnishes the reputation of nurses who actually did the hard clinical and coursework required to get licenses and jobs.
Another suspect that caught our eye is businessman Stanton Witherspoon, the CEO of a popular media company in Liberia. He was part owner of Siena College, where court documents reveal that he and his co-conspirators, quote, solicited and recruited people seeking nursing credentials and employment as an RN or LPN, and sent and caused others to send, via wire communications, information used to create false and fraudulent transcripts and diplomas from Siena College.
The chief motivation for this type of crime is almost always greed.
The list goes on. This woman, Vorce Thompson, was owner and operator of Unity Healthcare Training and Employment in Union County, New Jersey. The website is still active. Investigators found emails through Interstate Wire of Thompson, quote, requesting to get a transcript edited prior to sending it to the Florida Board of Education.
Please leave your message for 561.
The Shade Room reached out to several defendants about these allegations. None of them responded, but we did sit down with Jordan Fensterman, who's representing 12 nurses in New York. They recently received letters from the Office of Professions.
They demanded that they give up their license unless and until they can prove that they attained all of their credits from schools other than one of the 6 schools.
He says that the catch is his clients did complete the necessary coursework and the required clinicals. He says that these were once accredited schools that got caught committing crimes with other nurses that are not his clients.
Did they move forward knowing that, yes, I'm going to get this degree anyway, but I didn't do the clinical work?
I don't think that's the case at all. New York State had approved the program, is the point. So they paid for these schools that were New York State approved schools. And now it seems like the government's looking back and saying, wait a second, you should have known. But why didn't the education department know and not approve the school?
He says most of the nurses that he represents are immigrants where English is their second language. He believes that many of the nurses wrapped up in this investigation were targeted because the people running these schools were of the same nationality.
It's definitely disproportionately impacting minority communities.
Have your clients been fired?
I have not yet had a client that's told me they've been fired. My clients have not given up their RN licenses. They haven't sent back their RN licenses because they're maintaining the position and have proof that they attended these classes.
Hannah Williams is a former nurse, now attorney, who owns a law firm in Atlanta. She's representing several healthcare professionals facing these licensing complaints.
Did they go through the clinical work?
My clients went to various schools within the Operation Nightingale investigation. As it's been already reported, those schools did operate legitimately and they did have approval status through their agencies in their states.
Do you think that they were targeted based on maybe their immigration status or them not knowing, how we move here in the United States?
So my clients are hardworking, compassionate immigrants from Black countries who came to this country for a better life with dreams of practicing nursing. Was there obviously are some people who purchased transcripts as part of the Operation Nightingale, but we also know that there were nurses who are legitimate and went to those schools legitimately. We don't know how, but it's seemingly that they are being lumped together with the nurses who are fraudulent. And so what I have been tasked to do and what I am going to do is defend my clients because they are legitimate and try to work with the state to show that they did receive their education legitimately.
The Georgia Board of Nursing and a number of states have sent letters to nurses asking them to voluntarily surrender their licenses. But Williams says that her clients will not be doing that. She's going to wait on the state of Georgia to act and see what comes out of their investigation. It's also important to note that many states are handling this differently, but many of them are denouncing the purchase of fake degrees. Now, investigators say that they do not plan on charging any of these nurses, but they do say there is no evidence that suggests that anybody was harmed under these nurses' care. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
They're coming here and scamming the system, and I believe that they have been allowed to do so by the previous administration. So, you see why I support this mass deportation that's going on? Get them up out of here, man. Get them up out of here. Everybody can go. The only reason why some of these people even voted for Trump, you got 60% of the Latino community, and particularly the people in Florida, voting for Donald Trump. Why? Why did they vote for Donald Trump? Because they thought that Donald Trump was about to put his foot in the ass of Black Americans, and that's not what's happening. He ain't deporting us nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. This is our goddamn country. We ain't going nowhere. We were born here. Our ancestors were born here. We have lineage that goes back well over 500 years. And if you want to take it further back, we got lineage that goes back thousands of years here in the United States. So we ain't going nowhere. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my page, The Rebellious Rhymer Podcast on YouTube. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, The Rebellious Rhymer page on Twitter. I also have a Rebellious Rhymer podcast page on Facebook too. You can follow that as well. The Rebellious Rhymer page on Facebook. As I sips my tea. As I sip my tea. Yeah, that definitely trying to replace us. A lawsuit going on against the African Union because apparently they are trying to usurp Black American culture, and they without even having any FBA Black American representation that's a member of the African Union. We're sick of people riding on the back of Black Americans, cosplaying our culture, cosplaying our music, our food, everything else, our language, our dialect, cosplaying us, and then at the same time having an issue with us. They love what we produce. They just don't love the people that produce it. They love our music, but they just don't love us. They love our food, but they just don't love us. They love our art, but they just don't love us. They love what we do, but just enough for them to try to usurp it and to copy it for themselves, tether themselves onto it, and replace us. And if you don't believe me, just look at what happened at the Essence Festival. Essence Festival was purchased by a woman, I don't remember her name, I believe she's of Kenyan descent, and they basically replaced everything Black American about the Essence Festival. Overcharging people, here we go with the scams and shit, overcharging people to get into the Essence Fest, overcharging people for food, overcharging people for admission, double charging people for this and for that, charging people for parking, things that the Essence Fest did not used to do. They understand that Black Americans have over $10 trillion or even more spending power. And they think that they're going to integrate their way into our culture and to usurp and to try to get some of those funds for themselves. And that's just not going to happen. And that's why this year's Essence Festival was a failure. Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. That same soul ain't there, baby. That same pizzazz, that same soul, that essence that Black Americans that we carry, it wasn't there this year. It was not there. And that's why people didn't show up. And that's why it failed. And that's why it's going to continue to fail. It was already dying to begin with. It was already failing to begin with because the Essence Festival became a haven of targeting and disrespecting Black men and upholding immigrants and LGBT issues and stuff like that. That's why the Essence magazine fell off in the first place. And now that it's been purchased, and with white dollars, by the way, these people are being funded with corporate dollars. So it's not like they done put their resources together and paid for the magazine and all of that and the Essence Festival. So this is still incorporated and is still sponsored by WTY supremacy, YT supremacy. You know what I'm trying to say. It's still funded. So the spider web the spider is still laying webs all over the place, and that's a part of the spider's web. So that spider is still YT supremacy. And I'm going to do another whole podcast about the spider web theory. But anyways, back to these nursing degree scams. The board has only found the cause to take action against a handful of those names surfaced in the connection of the 2023 fraudulent Florida operations. So this was nursing degree scams. The Maryland Board of Nursing said it has cleared almost of the 259 nurses and nursing applicants who may obtain a Maryland license illegally or fraudulently. So these people are coming in and just using fraudulent tactics, man. Using fraudulent tactics. Have y'all? I don't know if y'all ever heard of the Nightingale scandal. Yeah, exactly. Corporate dollars is connected to white supremacy, and as long as you have white supremacy dollars supporting you, the hand that pays is the hand that rules. So, build and the answer to that is to building our own institutions. Group economics and building our own institutions. This is what we have to do. This is what we have to go back to the Black Wall Streets. We have to go back to we have to go back to Black Wall Street, man. We have to go back to how the MOVE organization was represented, how they bought a whole couple of city blocks. They pooled their resources together. We have to go back to the Wimbledon. We have to go back to the Rosewood. We have to go back to Cynical Village. We're building our own purchasing land and building our own neighborhoods with our own resources. These are the type of things that we need to do, family, in order to survive. Because the devil is after you, and you best to believe that. You best to believe that. Yeah, they coming in with these fake, getting fake degrees and shit. There's a school, Skyline Trucking School. It's a school in Washington State. But regulators have uncovered an alleged scheme involving Skyline CDL School. And independent tester Jason Hoodson, according to the state's reports, that these people were receiving gold envelopes stuffed with cash, stuffed with about $520, $530 in cash bundles, where they were mailed to Hodson. So this dude, Jason Hodson, from Skyline CDL School, he was selling CDLs to immigrants. So they can just come in off the back and buy the CDL. So he was selling CDLs, and he would take money in a gold envelope. The gold envelopes mean that was money to purchase a CDL. He had a connection with the DMV to get all the licenses and stuff proper. So the envelopes would come in with the students' names and their birthdays. So these people are coming in buying fake CDLs. You understand what I'm saying? And now buying fake CDLs and going out there and killing people. You have an 18-wheeler, man, 80 tons of material that people are carrying a lot of the times. And these people are going out and crashing and having accidents and killing people because they out here buying their damn CDLs instead of going to school and busting their ass like I did. Let me tell you a story of how hard I had to bust my ass to get my CDL. To get my CDLs, it took me about a month, over a month, of busting my ass, of being gone away from my family, of going out and team driving with people for chump change, basically. Being away from my family, not showering on a regular basis. I even had a situation where one of my trainers, God rest his soul, he died on the truck, passed away, died on the truck. I had to sit there in the truck with this man as his body is giving out on him, as he is dying, as he is passing away, throwing up in a bucket. You imagine how traumatizing that was for me. To be sitting, this man has been training me for the past couple of days. All of a sudden, he's dying. And this happened in West Memphis, Arkansas. He passed away. He was dying in that truck. The ambulance came and got him, my trainer. He went to the hospital. He sent me a text message asking me if I can if I can bring to him his keys and his glasses. So I did. I bought him his keys and his glasses, and that was his last text message that he sent to me. Because the day after that, the trucking school called me and said, "Oh yeah, your trainer, yeah, he's dead. Anyways, you think you can move that truck out of the reserved parking space?" Like they didn't even give a fuck. But that is, things like that, man. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of a-hole trainers. I've been through just being out there driving, like I said, for little to nothing. I've been abandoned in certain states and had to find my way home. Had to have my wife come and drive and pick me up thousands of miles to come and get me. My wife had to come and pick me up from West Memphis, Arkansas, all the way from Houston, Texas. She drove to came to pick me up because my trainer died and I couldn't move the truck because I didn't even have my CDL at the time. But the point that I'm making is I went through a whole lot of shit to get that CDLs, man. And people are coming in out of nowhere and just buying them? That they don't have to go through none of the struggles I went through? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not, man. So no, we are dealing with that. We are going to be dealing with that, man. That is not about to go down like that. So, yeah, man, this is what I'm saying, man. These people are coming in here and scamming and getting these CDLs and getting these degrees and getting all of this stuff, man. And if this was black people, if this was black Americans doing all these damn scams, getting all these fake degrees, getting all these fake nursing degrees, getting all these fake CDLs, if this was black people doing all of these damn scams, man, half of us will be underneath the jail right now. We'll be underneath the jail right now. It'll be a big scandal. It'll be all over the news. Everybody will be talking about it. It just wouldn't be a good thing for us. It would not. It wouldn't be a good thing, man. We will be getting toe up from the flow up, man. We'll be gone. We'll be locked up. We'll be underneath the jails, like I said, man. So, anyways, man, this is the reason why I support the mass deportations of illegal immigrants. No, I do not stand with you. I am not going to stand with you. Now, I am not anti-African, and I am not anti-Pan-African. I do believe that one day, maybe, just maybe, if people get their acts together, then Pan-Africanism will once be a thing where we both sides will benefit from Pan-Africanism and not just one side. Because what have Black Americans, what has been the benefit of Pan-Africanism for us? What has been the benefits for us? I can tell you what's been the benefit. Nothing. Maybe some knowledge of self, some knowledge about Kemet, some knowledge about Ogun and Oshun, and some spiritual knowledge, some stuff like that. Okay, yes, we thank you. But that doesn't compare to what you get out of Pan-Africanism. People come here and they get all types of benefits and set-asides, and they get to work, and they get to come into this country and benefit off of the hard work and the sweat and the blood and the tears of Black Americans. They get to come in and benefit from that. It doesn't work like that the other way around, though. When we go over there, no matter what country it is, we go there, we can't go there and expect them to eat off of their, pull up a chair, pull up a plate and start grabbing food and putting that shit on our plate and start eating. That's not how it works when we go to their countries. We have to bring the whole goddamn bag with us. We got to bring the bag. We got to create businesses when we go out there. We got to start businesses when we go out there. We have to be an asset to the whole community out there. As to where that's not how I go here. When they come here, they don't have to do none of that. They can come here and undermine us. They can come here and challenge us. They can come here and say that we're lazy and that we blame the white man for everything. That's what they can come here and do. So no, I'm not in support of none of that. I'm not in support of none of that. Absolutely not. All these U visa scams. I don't know if y'all know about the U visa scam. So there's something called a U visa. And the U visa basically, a U visa is, if let's say an illegal immigrant, he gets himself, he becomes a victim of a crime, right? He gets a visa to where he gets to stay in the country because he was a victim of a crime. So you got a lot of immigrants that are coming in here and they're committing scams, and they're saying, hey, I was committed by a crime, and this is how they threw Black people under the bus. Some Black guy robbed me. Some Black guy beat me up. Some Black guy did this to me, did that to me, stole from me. All they have to do is go and say, oh, this Black man did this. So they are supporting YT supremacy while trying to immigrate here by lying on Black people, saying that we committed some type of crime towards them. And then they report that, and that goes to the Black crime stats, raising our crime stats of Black Americans, and basically it being a lie. People have done research and seen that this was a lie. And these people have not had any crimes committed towards them. They're just claiming that they had crimes committed towards them so they can get them a free visa. Simple as that. U visa abuse, fake crimes, real U.S. green cards, a $5,000 scam explained. So a U.S. visa meant to protect immigrants, crime victims has become the focus of a federal fraud case. Within Louisiana, police officers accused of taking crimes for visa approvals. So you got police officers in cahoots with these immigrants. These police officers are getting paid $5,000 per visa to give out, to report a fake crime, saying that the Black man robbed this immigrant, or the Black man did this or that to that immigrant. And then they get visas, and the police officers, they get $5,000. So it's a whole damn scamming network. Name one Black scamming network that just goes just deep into the rabbit hole like that, to where they're scamming and they paying off the cops and all of that stuff. You don't see it, because if it did, it would have been shut down a long time ago, because we wouldn't be able to get away with some shit like this. A visa created to protect immigrants who are victims of serious crimes have now become the focus of a federal fraud investigation in the United States. U.S. Department of Justice indicted 5 men from Louisiana, including the 4 active and former law enforcement officers, on July 17, 2025, on charges of conspiracy, bribery, visa fraud, and these type of things, man. So, meanwhile, you're telling us that we need to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and we need to stop being so lazy and working so hard. But y'all are coming here with all these damn scams. Scam City. Scam Central. We on the goddamn planet Scamtron. All these fucking scams, man. Ain't no way in hell black Americans will be able to get away with all these damn scams. Ain't no way in hell we'll be able to get away with all these scams. Hell, you see what happened when black folks started using that PPP loans and shit. You see what happened to us then. They came at, they was locking us up, snatching us up out of barbershops and shit, and locking us up for the PPP loan scams. But these people doing all this shit, all of this, and they are just getting away with it scot-free until today. And that's why they're so upset, because Trump is sending motherfuckers out of here, sending y'all out of here, man. And I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't have a problem with it at all. These damn visa scams, paying officers. No, man. No. We can't go to these people's countries scamming like this. We just cannot do that. They will throw our black ass out of their country immediately if we did this kind of stuff. You know damn well we can't go to their countries doing this. You know damn well we cannot go to their country doing this type of stuff here. Absolutely not. We would not be getting away with that. We would not be getting away with that at all, family. Ain't no way in the world. These scams, all these damn scams, man, they gotta go. They gotta go, man. We can't scam like this, so neither can y'all. Fuck that. The hell with that. We can't scam like this. We cannot scam like this. So why should we not say anything? And not only not say anything, but we need to backdoor and come out here in these streets and help you? And help you? And you throwing black people under the bus with visa scams, talking about this black man robbed me, so can I get a visa, please? Yeah, sure. No, man, hell no. That's not how the game goes, man. That is not how the game goes. I am in total support of this mass deportation. These people need to go. And if you want to come back the right way and get it out the mud like we have to do. Not coming here doing all these scams that these Democrats are allowing you to do. Not coming here with all these damn scams that these Democrats are allowing y'all to do. This is not what this country is about. We built this country off of hard work, not scams. I'm saying that again. We built this country off of hard work and not scams. Please make sure y'all clicking that like button, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also donate to my Cash App. It's BRB456 is my cash tag. If you care to make a donation to the Rebellious Rhymer podcast and to the Black Rebel Brigade, that would be much appreciated, family. It'll be much, much appreciated. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I'm going to go ahead and end this live. But I appreciate everybody who came through and checked out the live, and you make sure you check out the edited version of the Rebellious Rhymer podcast on my YouTube page, the Rebellious Rhymer podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, there's the Rebellious Rhymer podcast on Twitter. You can also join the Rebellious Rhymer podcast page on Facebook. All right. And if you want, you can also follow me on TikTok. I go by Shang the Artist on TikTok. So give me a follow on TikTok. And once again, family, this has been another episode of the Rebellious Rhymer podcast. I am your host, your gracious host, Shang the Artist. And always remember, the revolution starts with you. Peace.